Greedy or godly? Let Pope Francis says, I ask you to ensure that humanity is served by wealth but not ruled by it. At this moment, I am reminded of a story. Once, a disciple who had an eagerness for quick wealth approached his guru. Master, he pleaded, how can I become rich quickly? The guru led him to a dark room and placed a single unlit lamp in the center. Light this, he instructed. The disciple lit it. Immediately, a second lamp appeared. He lit that one, and then the third appeared. He continued lighting each new lamp until the room was brightly illuminated with many lamps, and a pile of gold coins glittered on the floor. The disciple's eyes, wide with greed, began to snatch up the coins. But as he grabbed more and more, the lamps began to dim. The more gold he snatched, the fainter the light became, until finally the room plunged back into darkness and the gold vanished. The guru then relit the first lamp. My son, he said, each lamp was an opportunity, and its light the prosperity it brought. When you were content to light each lamp as it appeared, opportunities multiplied. But when your greed made you grasp everything at once, you extinguished the very light that created your wealth. Then the disciple understood, true wealth lies in contentment and wisdom, not in an unquenchable greed. Yes, my dear friends, the moral of the story is, greed leads to loss. When we become greedy and try to hoard everything, we often end up losing what we already have or could have gained. Contentment is key. Appreciating and being satisfied with what we have, even if it's not a vast fortune, allows us to maintain our blessings. Focus on the source, not just the outcome. The light or the lamps represent effort, opportunity, wisdom, or even simple blessings. If we only chase the gold without nurturing the source, the outcome will surely vanish. Patience and wisdom over hasty accumulation. Rushing to get everything at once often backfires. Today's readings invite us to examine and see whether are we greedy or godly. In the first reading, the author declares everything meaningless. Working hard only to leave the results to someone else is futile. Life is full of pain and worry, and this is also meaningless. In the second reading, St. Paul tells us to focus on what is above, not on earthly things. Put to death sinful behaviors and renew yourself in Christ, he says. Christ is everything and in everyone. In the Gospel, Jesus warns against greed and tells a parable of a rich man focused on storing wealth. God calls him a fool, reminding us that life is about being rich towards God. What's our takeaway from today's readings? First, real wealth is found in God, not in material things. The fool mistakenly thought his possessions brought security, ignoring God and life's fleeting nature. The first reading warns us that worldly riches and success can make us feel empty. It reminds us that only God can give us lasting joy and fulfillment. Second, greed and self-centeredness destroy us spiritually. The rich man focused only on his things, disregarding others and his eternal fate. Precisely, St. Paul encourages us to seek what is above and keep our focus on God's kingdom. This calls us to prioritize spiritual growth over material concerns. Third, live for God, not just for today. We should use all our gifts for His glory and others' goodness, recognizing true richness is our relationship with God and others. This is possible only when we let go of greed. Jesus' parable in the Gospel warns against greed and storing up riches. It shows that Selfish desires can separate us from God and others. Are we ready to get rid of our greediness to become godly in our lives? Have a greed-free Sunday. Live Jesus.